Hi there everybody, and welcome to another video. On today's video I have this Mini Cooper. This is an R50 2001, and basically I have a problem with the ABS module. So I have that fault code there, the 5DF5 internal fault control unit. So I have the ABS light, the ASC light, which is the anti-skid light, and the brake light on in the dash, and that fault normally relates to this module here. So these are the lights I have on: the ABS, the brake. This one wasn't always there, to be honest, and this other one, plus the fault code, which you already have seen. So let's swap this ABS unit and see what happens. So I want to try and remove this module from here to see if I can send it off for repair or get another one. Either well, it'll have to be a second-hand one, but it will need to be reprogrammed to the car if I get a second-hand one. If I get the same one fixed, then it should work without programming. So thing is, I need to I want to try and remove it from there without dismantling everything. However, I do have to disconnect this line, which means eventually when we fit the new module, we're gonna need to bleed the brakes in order to get the brake fluid going through all the pipes and getting rid of whatever air may get in there. Now this particular module is held in by these Torx screws here. Well, there's one there which I already undone. They are quite long, and that was I think that was a T25 that I used. So I just loosened that, and there's another one at the bottom which I already loosened as well. So that will and also actually I disconnected this wiring here, so that is just plugged in there like so. You pull this up and the whole thing comes out. So now we got rid of all of that. Then I wanted to pull this rubber out of the way and also get this little plate out of here, give us a bit of room to this section. And with a, I think it was 11 mil, I want to try and open this here. I use 11 or 10 mil, but before I do that, yeah, it'll have to be the 11. I want to disconnect the battery as well. So I'm gonna disconnect the negative side here of the battery, and that way we have no power and we can safely disconnect these things. Perhaps I should have disconnected that before I undone this plug. However, the unit is already faulty, so never mind. I'm trying to save this car. It needs a bit of work. It also needs a, if I'm honest, it needs a body control module. Okay, that is a bit tight, so I'm gonna have to be a bit careful with that. Don't really want to round that up there. I may just put a little bit of WD-40 and let it soak for a bit. Okay, so I put some WD-40 on that and left it soaking for a bit. So although I'm using an 11 mil here, there's another wrench that is used for this kind of nuts, which it grips a little bit better. However, I managed to lose this, but you really ought to be careful, because if you damage this or the pipe, then you need to get a whole new pipe, and if you need that, then it could be quite expensive. So unless somebody remakes the pipe for you, you can have someone. There are some people that got the little machine that can make these pipes. Otherwise you're looking at, I don't know, I think it's £100 for the pipe that goes from here to the master cylinder there. So be careful, take your time, let the WD-40 soak on this. I don't really like to remove this, but sometimes it's necessary because the module seems to be in that awkward position. If this pipe was coming from another end, then it would be a little bit easier, but it's not. So there we are. Okay, so if I can push this pipe out a little bit out of the way and try not to bend it too much, then perhaps we can remove this module from here without having to dismantle the entire car. So maybe I'm being a little bit hopeful here, because we want to be careful with that, the center pin there. Alright, let's push that out a little bit more. I really may need my two hands here to wiggle this out. So if I'm successful, obviously the video will carry on. Okay, so it is very much possible to get this out of there. You just need to take it out, push it back straight. I was bending it a little bit, so it was getting stuck here. If you put it back straight, you'll be able to lift this up a little bit and it will come out. Now I was doing a little bit of research on this, and they tend to break inside some wiring that they have. So I don't really know how to fix those things. I may look a little bit into it. However, I'm going to try and look for another module that maybe, if it has the same part number, it could be a plug and play situation. If not, it might need programming. Having said that, years ago, I had a BMW 5 Series, 2002, which also had a problem with this. And as a sort of experiment, I bought a second-hand one which didn't match the part number, plugged it in, and it worked without any programming. So it could be that this year model, obviously this Mini is made by BMW, it could be that this model 2001 as well as the 5 Series may not need programming, but it's obviously yet another experiment, so we'll see. And I need a body control module as well. That is damaged, so my aircon is not working, the lights are on constantly, those typical faults of the BCM, which is the body control module, which is located on the foot on the side. So I already taken it out, talking about that one there. And I already have a video on replacing one of those on another Mini same year, and that thing is plug and play. You don't need to program it, but the only thing you do need to program, it's the keys for operating, for the remote operation. and for that you need software, so you can program the keys, the remote keys, to that box, which is something I haven't been able to do, but you can still use your key here and start the car and everything works, so that's not an issue. But obviously it's nice to have a remote for opening and closing. That's something I need to figure out, and probably be making a video about it when I do. For now I'm concentrating on this with this particular car, so we'll see how we get on. Okay, so here I have my new second-hand ABS unit. It came with a pump. However, I'm gonna remove the ECU bit, same as I did from the car. So just take this out and take this other one out, and you can separate it. Carefully, you can try to separate it like so. So I bought this out of eBay, by the way. And what I did is, so this is the bad one, and technically this is the good one. So I bought the same number there, 6758803, 6758803. I am hoping that I can plug this in, and I won't have to do any programming. So I have seen that the fault code that comes up with this, I've seen quite a few videos out there and some threads and whatnot suggesting to open this and try some soldering inside. But also I've noticed that none of them, or the ones that I've seen, have not been successful. So I don't really want to waste my time with trying to open this and do the soldering stuff. So we'll give it a go. We'll give a go at this, a straight swap, and see if we need programming. Obviously, if we need programming, then that involves a computer and or software and whatnot, and then in that case, trying to solder this one would be easier in that sense. However, I haven't seen any video of where that soldering actually repairs the unit. So we could look into places that you can send this to, the professionals, and they probably do a soldering of everything, and then they repair it that way. Some of them cannot be repaired, but some can be repaired. So let's try that. Let's fit this one into the car. So if I haven't mentioned this before, I have, with this unit on, I have 3 lights on. I have the ABS, the brake light, and the little one with the arrow, which is an ASC, it's like anti-skid or anti-slip light on. Those 3 are on because this is faulty. So let's give this a go then. I'm gonna plug this in and let's hope for the best. Otherwise we're still in trouble. Okay, so I'm here at the Mini now. I've got the replacement part. Just wanna get it in there and see what the result will be. Hopefully some good news, but we never know. Even this is a second-hand part, so I'm also hoping it's actually in good condition. Otherwise it makes things more confusing. Okay, carefully trying to put that in there. Press it into position and then we wanna put these Torx screws in there. And also we can plug the electrical connection in there. Make sure it's sitting properly and then push that down. Right. Technically I should be able to put the ignition on now and not see those lights, basically. Doesn't matter if this is connected or not, because I'm not going to press the brakes. So let's get the battery connected. And let's find out. Obviously, if this doesn't work, the video won't exist. But we may need to clear faults before we see any results. So I'm gonna get the OBD. Okay, so I just accessed the ABS unit and it's giving me these fault codes here. CAN data fault from DME, connection to instrument cluster, wheel speed sensor, rear left. Now this may be what was stored on this originally. I'm going to try to clear that out, see if we can get anywhere with it. Okay, so that's saying no fault codes, but I still have all of those lights on. Oh, okay, so I cleared the fault codes and the lights have disappeared. Now, okay, my brake light there could be on because this is on. Yes, but normally it would be on together with the fault, with the ASC and the ABS. And the reason this one's on, I remember now, it's because my BCM or B1, I don't know what you call it, body control module, is faulty as well. So I've disconnected it, and this kind of monitors the flat, the tire, the round flat tire system. So to be honest, this is really great news. There's no need for programming. The ASC ABS light is gone. So happy days. And like I said, this is not showing, this is saying no fault codes now. The previous one had a fault code saying internal fault, which means you can swap a second-hand one from yours without programming. So I'm extremely happy with the results, because I'm trying to get this car back on the road. So that's the dodgy one, broken one, and that's the good one. Now I'm going to tighten this up, these screws, put this back on there, and then it's a matter of I need to bleed the brakes, so I'm gonna have to remove all the tires and do the brake bleeding. You can leave that for another video. On this video, I really hope this video helps some people out there. If you're struggling with this, it looks like a straight swap will do the job. You don't really need programming and you can use a second-hand part. That cost me £120 from eBay. I guess just make sure you try to match that number there. However, in the past I did a BMW, as I mentioned earlier, I did a BMW and I couldn't get the same part number, but it worked as well. So that's why I was hopefully it will work. So that's fantastic news. I hope this video helps anyone trying to tackle this job. Don't start soldering this. I don't think it works unless it's a professional doing it. So don't forget to subscribe and give me the thumbs up if you like the video, and we'll see you on the next video. Will be the bleeding on brakes, and the video after that is also going to be swapping the BCM on the car with a second-hand one and see if everything works. As far as I'm aware, from having changed one on another R50, everything worked except the keys. So, and also another thing I need to fix in this car is that there's no coolant in this tank. I don't know if the tank is broken or something else is leaking. So that's gonna be the next job. So let's keep it going, and I hope we can save this Mini. It's quite a nice little Mini actually. So we'll try to keep it alive. Thank you for watching.